Yes, once again we're back on track. It's a very important moment as it is the African History Month from the 1st of February to the 1st of March. And we from Nordic Black Theatre, this week we present different young, talented African living in diaspora, where we want them to share their thoughts, their ideas, their art, even their visions about tomorrow. Today is a very special day, and with me today here on stage at Nordic Black Theatre, we'll have a beautiful woman from Africa. She will tell you where from Africa she is from. Africa, you must realize, is a heavy, big, diverse continent. So please, we want to welcome here with us in this program, Ella. Ella?
Yes.
Please. Ella is a beautiful name. What does it mean?
Well, what it means, I guess that's up to discussion, but it was given to me by my father, so I hold a huge pride in it. And there's a discussion about whether it means a shadow or a protector, but I guess I choose to give it the meaning protector. So that's what it means,
That's
I guess.
beautiful.
Yeah.
African History Month this year is dedicated especially Black family, representations, identity and diversity. The family is the most important thing. It's the center of our life. So today I think you are a young woman who are very, very much visionary, and you want to speak about entrepreneurship and the mindset. That's what I have. How did you start to find out that entrepreneurship is the street, the road you like to pave on while you are in diaspora here?
Right. So we got to look at entrepreneurship. First of all, we look at it as a big, scary thing. It's not. Entrepreneurship is nothing but a negotiation with the other, and we do that. We negotiate with our parents, we negotiate, with our teachers, and so on. And I think entrepreneurship, I think that's when you really and truly discover who you are, face your fears, and literally you are unlimited to reach your potential. So I've always been fascinated by that. I've always been said, what is it? Like, why are they so unique, particularly entrepreneurs, and what does it take? Does your history matter? Does your background matter? Does your gender matter? And I've been lucky and blessed in life where, originally from Ethiopia, but lived here and lived in London. And what I realized is that, entrepreneurs, yes, they are extraordinary people, but they're just ordinary people willing to do the extra, which leads to them becoming extraordinary. So I've always been fascinated, and I guess I just like to push over the edge and over the limits and say, what can I reach? How far can I take it? And I've had people in my life who are entrepreneurs, who are what called go-getters. So I always wanted to become that, ever since I was a child. So I guess I established my own company, coaching company, and doing okay. Yeah.
What is your target? Who is your target group then?
Right.
You talk about your company.
Yeah.
And what do you foresee?
Yes. So there are two people. One is high achievers. High achievers, people who are already doing well, but they experience high level of stress, burnout, anxiety, depression, and they literally don't know how to cope with everything, because being here demands a lot from you. So I work with them, teach them how to cope with it, how to deal with it, but also to make sure that, they're not burned out, and how to deal with it, because managing anything is a science. So I've done the research on the science. I have a qualification for it. So that's what, Ella Coaching, the company, is trying to do. Help them, to get from A to B. And that's second. And another group is people who want to become extraordinary. As I mentioned, extraordinary, they're just ordinary people who are willing to do the extra to get there. Because I don't think we should we should live our life dreaming. I think we should live our life living, dare to grow. And it's all about mastering here, mastering the mindset, mastering that sound. So that's what I basically do. So those two groups that I work with mainly.
Are there people you're talking, so your target group, are they young, or what about the age sort of perspective they have? Or I think about they are just finished their study, or they've been there, they've been here all the time, but they need that sort of injection from you so that they can really raise their grade or the standard of the work they want to do. And what are the age there that the people from the company you're working with?
Well, for now, the youngest I work with is 19, and the older is 65. So I don't think that is limited to the age. I think it's limited to desire. And I believe that, there is a certain amount of people that are, meant for me by God or universe or whatever you want to call it. And I allow them to come. But I work with those who are very driven or really want to become. So I work with people, who are highly successful but also wish to be. So the age doesn't make any difference. It's all about getting the tools, getting the science, getting them from A to B. So I'm not limiting myself to any gender or any age. But so far it's in between there, but mostly around 25 to 30. Yeah.
What is the driving craft within you, who push you or accelerate you so that you can really take the driver's seat and carry those people along you? What is behind all that?
Here's the secret. I used to play football when I was young.
Okay.
And I had a dream of becoming a football player and play for Arsenal. I'm sorry for all the other fans. I was just a dreamer.
Oh my God. I think Lunga will like it. Arsenal is his team, so it's no problem.
Yes. So I always wanted to do that. But what happened is, I was training every day. So I had the tools and I had the skills. I didn't do phenomenally enough, but I was training absolutely every day. So I didn't have a normal youth where, I was partying or drinking at a young age. I wasn't. I was almost on the football field because I had a desire for it. On the other hand, I had this burden of, my mother came to Norway, so I had to succeed in school. So I became automatically extraordinary in order to balance it. But then I knew that, looking back to it now, I wish when I was playing football, if I had a coach, if I had a mentor that could guide me, because it was the mind that stopped me. Because I look around and I say, can I make it? Who has made it from Norway? And football wasn't normal, particularly for women in Ethiopia. So I held back. I held back and I stopped myself. So when a limitation came, I used that as an excuse to stop myself. Then on so on continued, I took my bachelor's degree, my master's degree, and, became high achiever in university. But that was never my heart's purpose. I always wanted to see people thrive and be happy. So I had a great job. I used to work here for the vice mayor here. I said, no more. I was doing the coaching, then I established my company, and I said, I want to help people live their life based on their definition of happiness, because at the end of the day, life is short. And you have to do whatever you love to do, and there is a way to get there, no matter what it is. So it's that drive. It's that drive that I know that I can take them from A to B. I've been there once. I've also been burned out, unfortunately, at a very young age. But it doesn't take much, just a bit of tweak. So, yeah.
So, which means you have that references that really is the tools of your life so that you can guide those who are searching, those who are looking for the opportunity, those who are looking for a mentor. So you're also a mentor in that position there who can really connect these young generation or people who needs somebody there for them. How important is this?
Oh, it's crucial. It's really crucial because, like I said, we have one life to live. Literally got one life to live, and we all need somebody. It's lovely to have friends. It's lovely to have family. It's lovely to have people who support you, but you need people who also can tell you the truth, but also know the science. I was currently, working with a business owner. Because of COVID, his business went down. And, he kept on talking about business, but what happened is that he was experiencing a high level of depression. He kept on talking about his business, how COVID happened, blaming COVID. I'm not saying COVID is not the cause, but COVID is a pandemic, and you can look at it as a bad weather. The bad weather will continue to come. So we worked on, working on his depression and building up his confidence, and his business went up. So I think it's a bit important, because a coach will tell you what you need to do along with you, because a coach has an interest in you. It's not coming from a friendship. It's not coming, you do end up being friends sometimes, but it's not coming from a family. So, and to have that tool is important. I have those tools. So I use a combination of coaching, but also something called neuro-linguistic programming. That's where you see all of this belief, I'm not enough, I'm not this, all that we have. So we work on figuring out what is their limiting belief. We delete that so that we can replace it so that they can thrive. So it's really important, in my opinion.
That's very interesting. Do you often look at that in your perspective of work? Do you always often looked about result?
Like I said, Cliff, I'm a football player. Not anymore, but I am. For me, it's all about result. I have a huge respect of psychology. I've always loved psychology. But what I loved about coaching is about taking you from A to B. It's all about result, and you do the measurement. And what's amazing about it is that without result, there's no progress. And I love to progress, and I want my customers to progress. So I'm a bit tough cookie, where I put a lot of, effort on the client, and I'm tell them in the beginning, it's all about result. So result is the golden key, because without result, you're not motivated, and you just go in this, you say, evil circle. So result is key for me.
That's very interesting. There's another key word or key sort of momentum there is about a lot of people, black women especially, coming from their well-established countries who had achieved a lot and been having a lot of challenges, but not the personal challenges. When they come to this country, they have to restart again, not because the way they deal with the business, or just because of the things that they are affected in the new society they are in, because they come with all those tools they have, and then they come to a society where they lacked a lot of relationship, mentorship, and all sort of thing. And many of them tend to go into a kind of depressions. Do you also work within that sort of scope with some of the people there? Or mindset, like you call it. Yeah.
I do. I mean, it's not, I do have it. I mean, I'm an immigrant myself, and I came here with a family member, sister, my mom, and my brothers, and they do experience it, because like you say, look at, for instance, even times of COVID right now. It's a new thing. Yes, it's a global pandemic, but nobody knows how to react to it. And a lot of people are experiencing depression and anxiety. And it's the same thing as you say, when you move to a new area, it's quite challenging. It's quite challenging, and you can easily go into depression, and you don't know which, direction to take. So I do work with that, because no matter what the problem is, it's all here. It's all here most of the time. I'm not neglecting and saying this is not challenging, but I think that's the blessing of working, with people who are experiencing depression, are experiencing anxiety and stress, and how can you get them there? And like I mentioned previously, success, meaning even defeating this, is 80% psychology and 20% mechanism. And we try to go through mechanism, but if you manage the mindset, the psychology, but then you already won 80%, and you'll be able to cope with the rest. So that is one of my passion areas, absolutely.
Is it, when it comes to this issue we're talking about, is it mostly women that undergo such sort of situations, or is it also men?
Both.
Both of them?
Absolutely both. You know, is how you grew up, the family you grew up, the class you grew up, your history, what country you're from. All of this might have an influence whether it's normal for you to talk about it or not, whether this is depression or anxiety or even a heartbreak. And it doesn't matter what gender, what race you're from, or which country you're from, or the society you live in. All of us experience it at some point in our life. But it's whether we dare to vocalize about it or even recognizing it, because most don't. I do have, for instance, you know, even a family member who have experienced depression, but they didn't understand they were experiencing depression. But when you're laying there in bed, you know, and sleeping and not even understanding what it is. So I don't think it has anything to do with gender. I don't think it has anything to do with race. I think everybody's affected, both men and women, but also depending on who you are.
Is the people you work with mostly from African descent?
No.
Or
No.
how is it?
No, it's not actually. Well, now, thanks to COVID, everything is going online. So I'm doing most of my coaching online.
Yeah.
I have a base here.
Yeah.
But actually it's not. Thanks to COVID, I expanded a bit more. So now I'm working. So I have a client now in Ghana, and I have now a client in Kenya, and then in Uganda. So I have those, but here in Norway, you know, the society being diverse, I do have someone, you know, who's ethnic Norwegian, but also others. So
you work very open
openly,
book, yeah.
very
Yeah,
openly.
okay.
Yeah.
That's very fascinating, and I think to know that you have that strength, those tools that you share with those who needs it. And it's important they know that, and in fact then they can really target whatever their aim is. They know they have somebody like you who can mentor them. That is a blessing to have a woman like you here who, as you said, you got this very strong discipline by starting playing football for Arsenal as a woman from Ethiopia. And then from there, you got the kind of discipline, self-discipline, whereby you start hitting your targets.
Yeah.
You're finding your destination of life, which is very, very beautiful. I think we could go on we can speak for 3-4 days, but I think that, can you wrap up the day with some of these tools that you have,
Yes.
you know, for our people who's watching the program?
Yeah. So what I want to say is, you know, don't allow your history, where you're from, your culture, your family belief, or what you've been taught in school or by people around you to stop you from reaching your full potential. Because I really do believe we have unlimited potential, and success is how you look at it, where you define it, whether it's a spiritual success, whether it's a financial or relationship or work related. You know deep in your heart what matters to you, and you keep on dreaming about it. And when you see people, oh, they're amazing, they're extraordinary, they have what I want. So connect to your heart and maybe take this time of lockdown to see what is it that I want to do, what is it that I want to achieve based on my definition, and I say go after it. Go after it. It's about having courage. It's going to be scary, but there are people who are out there who have done already what you want. And I think you should look up to them. And like I said, success is 80% psychology and 20% mechanism. And you have mentors around you. And this is why also one of the reasons I established Ella Coaching. Because I want to help people. I want them to get there. And it's possible. So let's just live a prosperous life together. So I think, that's all my message. Go for it and just reach full out.
That's what, listen to it carefully. Go for it. The sky is not even the limit.
Not even the limit, yes.
It's very nice having you, Ella. But I think also before we wrap everything up, I know we have behind us our inspirator, our mental mentor, intellectual mentor, Maya Angelou.
Yes.
I think she meant very much for you.
Yes.
And I thought about you can wrap it with a poem.
Yes.
And maybe you can say 2 words about her, or how you look at her, and then wrap it with one of her poems.
Yeah. I would love that. She learned to dance with life and did everything she wanted. This is why she's my inspiration. Yeah. So I'm gonna share with you this poem. It's called Willie. Willie was a man without fame. Hardly anybody knew his name. Crippled and limping, always walking lame. He said, I keep on moving, moving just the same. Solitude was a climate in his head. Emptiness was a partner in his bed. Pain echoed in the steps of his tread. He said, I keep on following with the leader's led. I may cry and I will die, but my spirit is the soul of every spring. Watch for me and you'll see that I'm present in the songs that children sing. People called him uncle, boy, and hey. Said, you can't live through this another day. Then they waited to hear what he would say. He said, I'm living in the games that children play. You may enter my sleep, people my dreams, threaten my early morning's ease, but I keep coming, following, laughing, crying, sure as the summers breathe. Wait for me, watch for me. My spirit is the surge of an open seas. Look for me, ask for me. I'm the rustle in the autumn leaves. When the sun rises, I am the time. When the children sing, I am the rhyme.
Thank you very much, Ella.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for being with us. And as I say, this is a small contribution to the community. And I think Ella's contribution is very important for a lot of us, a lot of people who need mentor. We need mentor in this time. We need mentor that also represent. Representation is a very important thing when you live in a country where you are sometimes invisible. But you feel invisible, but you should never feel invisible because we are visible. We are here because we're important. We are here because we have to achieve our goal of life. We are here because we have ambition. We are here because we don't want to dream. We want to reach reality. You know, we're tired of dreaming. We just want to achieve our goal. So, with this word, I thank you once again, beautiful people, beautiful community. Let you know that these are words that's been written in a long time. It didn't start now and today. It's been written before even I was born. But I felt I have to hang through it so that I can see the daylight and make my life shine. And I like all your lives, all the community life to shine too. Just believe in yourself. So thank you very much for today. We'll be back tomorrow. Have a good day.